Okay, welcome everyone to the wallet development testing session for Tuesday, December 24th. Okay. And I'm sorry, Arvin, what were you saying? So you're able to get connected? Does everything look okay on your end?
I need check the testnet is
Okay,
which state, and maybe I can just share my screen just now.
sure, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
So NetZipper said at 7:01 that he was restarting testnet.
Okay.
So I don't know how long it takes to reboot.
Hey, what's wrong with this?
I think he thought because of the problems we were having with the HTTPS or whatever that it needed to be restarted.
It should be restart now, or
Yes. I guess at 6:48 you had asked to restart testnet.
okay.
So
So maybe I can just show the whole process about how to use this wallet.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, let me just from beginning and explain what happened with the uh, in the behind or in the local storage. Okay, here it is. Let me just delete this for yeah. At first, when you get into this page, let me just it will show the. You can see there is nothing in the local storage. Just refresh it, and we'll get a device ID. That's not very important stuff. Let me just show the English version, and this part, you can change your language from Chinese or English, and this part is show the language which one you use. If you choose English, and when you just close it or just open a new version, it will be just what your language version. Or if you just delete this one and you just refresh it, it will just suit your browser language, your browser native language, or your system language. So in my version, it's Chinese, or when you use the English, your system language is English. Your page will show the English, and that's it. And then let's just start navigate about the create version, create part and the
Can
restore
you,
part.
Arvin, can you also say what is the left icon uh, near the language? This is for delete, or
The
This is
little,
this
a
is for language,
change.
and this left icon.
is that the garbage can?
Yeah, the garbage.
Garbage.
Next to the circle, left of the circle, it looks like a container. Just move it.
This
Yeah,
one.
yes.
Oh yeah. I will just explain it later.
Okay.
Okay. Because it will related about the user info. So I will just talk about this create part, and then just show what's this one function.
hey,
And
Okay.
Arvin,
let me. Eh?
could you quickly go back to the English version?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's okay.
Okay.
So I have
Okay.
one suggestion. I love this page. But on the bottom, instead of restoring from backup, isn't that really just to log in if you have an account, not necessarily to restore from a backup? The language is a little, I think there you just mean log in if you already have an account, right? Not to actually restore it or something.
But if you have a, for example, provide key, you can just restore it.
Oh, okay, I got you. So I think there should also be just a login like that to get to that page. So if you already have an account and you come here, you want to just be able to log in.
Yeah, but when you yeah, I will just explain it later. Yeah.
Yeah, let's let him get through his demo, and then at the end we'll ask some questions.
Yeah. You
Okay,
can ask
sounds
me
good.
after I just demonstrate the whole process. Let's just try the create part. Just choose type in your username, for example, Arvin, and like password, this one, and then you just register. Then you will get the mnemonic phrase part. You can copy it and let me just show it. Well, we will get this one. Yeah. And then you can have two steps. If you just click skip this step, you will just log into the dashboard part. And if you just continue to convert, then you need to convert your mnemonic phrase like this one, mesh, current, to, carpet, post, theme, allows metro invest web. That's great. Go ahead, and if you click this one, you will just log into your page. That's it. Okay, just log out. So when you just have a account, you will have a user list information in your local storage, and the whole information will be crypted in the local storage. So if you didn't have any user list, you will just uh, show my RChain will show the create part. So if you in this time, if you just refresh your page, it's just the sign in part. You can sign in or create a new account. That's it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if I just delete this user list and then refresh it, you will just return to the create new account page. That's the basic flow.
Okay.
Then just let me just show the restore. Restore you can oh, this is a little bug. This icon's color should be this red. Let me just demonstrate this. For example, this monolithic phrase, and just paste it and continue. Then Arvin. Okay, done. Okay, that's it. Then you just log out. You can see everything like just before. And then if because common user didn't know how to delete this part or just clean your user info when you are a public computer. So I just have this garbage. If you just click OK, it will delete this user login information. It will just return to your default page. That's it. And
Yeah, this is
let
nice.
me, yeah, let me just use my
Just a clarification, when you say that it deletes the user information, is it deleting the account or?
Yeah, account provide key or information about uh that stuff in
So
the
say if you had 100 rev in your wallet associated with that account, if when you click that delete button, your account along with the rev disappears. Is that accurate?
no. You just need to remember the provide key and or the mnemonic phrase.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
if you just have that, you can just restore this.
Restore.
Yeah, this
Okay.
back. For
That's
example, I have the provide key like what I just share it in the this Discord part. That's this one. Click continue and this one.
And can you say
So, Okay,
Yeah, you can see.
can I ask a couple?
Yeah,
So-
this one is public key, public address with what I just used to
Okay,
receive.
So you're storing the private key unencrypted?
Yeah,
No, it's
this
encrypted.
provide key is the stone provide encrypt in the user list.
That's encrypted.
So
It's
all account information is in this user list, right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
encrypted.
it's encrypted.
But why are you storing a user list? Is that on the server or is that local?
Local storage. You can see there is non uh non post. Let me say. Post.
You can close details. Details. You need to close details for this request on the right side.
Data.
A details view on the right hand side. Where is the details of this request?
Detail. Just close it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You can see here. There should be non-post. Nothing was post information. So there is no information stored in the backend. Actually, I didn't have any backend. It's this page is just served on the GitHub page. It was just served on the GitHub page.
So it's like static page, right?
Yeah, it's a static page. I didn't. There is no information that's saved in the backend or something like that. It's just all the whole information is stored in the local storage.
Okay, cool.
So
And it's encrypted.
this one can be saved as a page. You can use the one you even didn't even without my RChain and like you just like what I showed before, like this one, it just can be a single HTML like that. But I didn't finish the transfer. So when you just save it and open it, it will not open correctly. But I will make this later. Then you can just save this page to your local and save it, and then just open it without go to the myRChainWallet.com.
Arvin, when you restore from mnemonic phase,
Okay.
so you need to enter password, right? And password is used for decrypting the data, right?
Well, which one? What was me?
Can you try restore?
Yeah.
just for the
Yeah,
test.
this one.
Yeah. So the password is for the encrypting and the username.
No,
Are
no,
the
no,
username
no,
also
no.
part of the encryption or?
No, no, there is nothing else with the mnemonic phrase. It's just using for when you log in later.
Yeah,
I see.
you're actually creating a new user and password here.
Yeah, yeah. I just create a new account in your local storage.
Oh, I see. But the password is the same for decrypt the data, right? Or oh no, you're saying when you have mnemonic phase, you are creating new username and password for
Yeah,
to
actually,
encrypt
I just
the
create a
private key.
new user. You can just, for example, I use this one. I create another user. You can see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
for example, I
Okay.
just restore another. For example,
With the same mnemonic phase. Yeah, yeah. They're all
yeah, they are
different.
the same.
Okay. So are you using the username and the password for like encrypt the data or only the password?
It's just more user friendly uh, interaction with the uh, mm,
Oh, is username
wallet.
is just
Yeah.
it's just a display name, right? It is not
Yeah,
part
it's
of the
just a
encryption.
display name for
Okay.
better user interface. Actually, I didn't deal with any, for example, crypt the mnemonic phrase to backend or something like that else. It just hold the store them in your local in
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a little bit of a different take on your account, where normally I think we're used to having a username and password, but here that is almost secondary. The real thing is having that mnemonic phrase. And
Yeah, or
then,
the provide key.
right, and then the account really having a username and password is just like a quick method. But if you ever wanted to delete your account for whatever
Yeah,
reason,
because we
yeah,
can use the, for example, provide key to resume it, and then when you using the transfer part, you didn't to add another uh, uh, just put in your provide key. It's just using your password to sign the transfer. Yeah,
it's interesting.
like like the MetaMask, you just like you can just using this password to sign your uh, transfer or something else. And actually, when you just restore your account or your mnemonic phrase, you just have a different account. But actually, the main account is with the address. The address is the uh, most important part is that your address.
I don't
That's
see
the,
any. mm,
yeah.
I don't see any information about username in the local storage. So when you go to the when you log out and when you are on login screen, you're displaying username and part of the address. From where you know this information?
Is
This username
this
and yeah, this is in the
because, for
local storage
example, you
or
if you don't have several different accounts, you can use this feature to log in different accounts.
yeah. My question is where are you reading this info? This AAA and the rev address. This part
But
of the
in
rev address.
the real world, maybe in the real world I won't using the AAA this account. I will use Arvin or
Yeah. But
missing.
I'm asking where is this stored? This is also in local storage, or is this saved on the local storage, or you have it in a memory, or?
It's just this one is about you mean where is a nickname saved?
Yeah.
It will just store in the user list.
But you're on login screen. You don't know how to decrypt this user list, right?
User there is some encrypt and decrypt code in this part. So there is a secret passphrase. Maybe we can make a tool like the MetaMask in decrypt.
So okay. Now
Yeah,
I
there
see.
is a yeah. This one we can use some stuff like this. Just get your user list data and this page, and then paste it and your password, and just click decrypt. Then you will get the whole information.
Okay. But the problem is we don't want to have password for decryption, always the same. So this password for account is really your password for encryption and decryption.
Yeah, maybe we can use this password to make the
Yeah. So
encryption.
in that case, this is your security, right? You are securing with this password. You're securing the private key locally. Right?
Yeah.
So in that case, you need to store a username or nickname, and this part of the Rev address you need to store it in the clear text if you want to show it on the login screen.
Yeah. But well, actually, if you didn't want to anyone else know about this one, you can just clean your information, and it just disappear. Only information you need to remember is still the private key or the mnemonic phrase.
Yeah, but when you are on your local machine, right? If if someone else can access your page, right? They can easily decrypt because they have the password. But
so the password is the important that we should use what they use, like this MetaMask vault decryptor, these two parts. So for example, I will just use the reason. Yeah, this page, for example, we will get this one and use this password to decrypt the user list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in that case, you are completely secure. If someone else can get your encrypted information, it still doesn't mean anything because you have your password for decryption.
Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
So why does my why am I getting 0 rev as my account balance? And
because actually, let me check the
So, yeah, testnet was restarted. Testnet was restarted and that zipper listed the 5 wallet addresses that are
Okay.
funded.
But actually, it seems let with some. Let me look at. Okay, it seems correct. I will show the base part with uh the net part. Okay.
And when I
In
say
the
net balance, it says contract deploy failed. I don't see the
yeah.
active host anymore.
Yeah. That's because there are something. Maybe there's something wrong with the deploy. Maybe we can see. Let me just show the right workflow with the local net because it just worked well in my local net. Like and just show it in and when we just log into the my RChain wallet, and then we in the default state we will just using the test network, and you can choose different node as you want. For example, node 0 is this part, the 4 node, 5 node. And if you click local node, local network, then it will just save a connection to the local storage. The network is the local host, gRPC, and HTTP. And if you just click test network, it will just change to the network testnet and the gRPC and the HTTP.
And
Let me.
also we will need for the mainnet also, right?
Yeah, different network, and then there is a check balance contact. You can see this. There are different. There are some information. For example, the deploy ID is this part. Yeah, is this SIG is the signature of the deploy, and I just it actually it's unite it array, and I just transfer it to the stream to save it to the local host local storage, and the network is saved to the local host, and the stat is success. Let me just let's just check the local host, for example. Yeah, you can see just the balance is this part, and if we just click dashboard, the total balance is here. That means that this stuff can work well in on the local network. And let me just explain this part. For example, if you just click uh, click this one, as we know, if we just we need to check balance, we need to deploy a contact to get the balance. So if you just want to redeploy your check your balance again, you need to uh, just click this one. It will start deploy contact. You can see it just start deploy, and then you will get the balance. You can see, and actually when we using the uh, check balance deploy, we will just cost our rev to make this deploy. You can see it just
Right, it decreases.
yeah.
So the message that I get Oh, contract deploy failed. That's because of
Yeah. If we just receive some field part, there'll be several uh, several situations. The first situation is that you didn't have enough rev. For example, if you have 0 rev, you can't deploy the check balance contact because you didn't have enough
right.
funds. So you can't just deploy it. It's just field
So my problem is just that when testnet was restarted, they didn't. Wait a second, I'm confused.
So
Yeah.
now you can send revs, Arvin, right?
I will just show the transfer part in the local net, and then I will try it on the test net. If
Yeah,
that's
how did you get
okay.
to that screen where you choose the host? I can't find it.
What?
That one, select network. How did you get there?
Okay. Let me just demonstrate the transfer part. For example,
Jim,
0.
Jim, do you have the account tab on the left? The account menu item?
Menu item.
Yes.
No, Jim, on the left. Yeah, transaction account on the bottom.
Yeah, I have account on the bottom.
Yeah, account, network, select network. And I will add another selection on this part. I will add it in next version, and then you can just select it. Because in the last version I just add this one, but for some reason I just remove it, and in the next version I will add this again, and then you can just change your network in more easy way, like MetaMask. You
I
can
don't
just
see.
change like
Yeah,
change
that
your
would be
network
useful.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you say this, maybe you want to remember on which network this address is like connected.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you switch the network, maybe you will have the same address on 2 different networks, and maybe you want to have this information.
Yeah. Because later I will add another option that you can add your custom network, and in that part you can just add, for example, your network some parameter like that. You can save it as your custom network.
I thought we
Yeah,
weren't supposed to have the same wallet address on 2 different networks.
Well, it's not that address is you generate address from private key. So in that sense, you can have the same address on 2 different networks, but they are not connected, right?
Okay, gotcha.
This is what I'm saying to Arvin.
Yeah, okay.
That maybe when you get the balance, right, and make transaction.
I will just demonstrate it in this part that what's your network connect to now, so it will be not the stuff. And actually here the part I didn't change it by now, for example, because if you remember last version, it just for example 2999, and this part it's just it's 2999659. It's just a nano version. So I for example I just transfer this one to the address like in the version data boot. Okay. This one. Send your password. You didn't need to send your, and this one is to send the transfer, and then you will see your balance is just reduce, and your rev it was just transferred to another account, this account.
And you can now enter a private key for this account, and you can get the balance.
Yeah, but it seemed I didn't know which balance. What's the private key about this version?
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't matter because it's just transfer successful. It seems.
Yep.
Yeah. Let me just try to check balance in the testnet now. Let me just, or maybe I can create another, or restore another, this one, to just demonstrate again the another account to transfer the, yeah, this account. For example, 1 9. Okay, local net. Oops. Yeah, it's just reduce.
Yeah.
And it needs to redeploy again. Maybe this one need to connect to. Yeah, you can see your balance. It's just changed.
So, can I ask a quick question? So when you show transactions on the right, all those transactions, those are all the recent transactions that happened on the blockchain, not necessarily your own transactions. Is that correct?
No, this is just sample data, right?
You mean this part?
Yeah. Is that for the whole blockchain or just?
No. It's just a demo. It's just right like demonstrate this in
Okay.
my. You can see the in the. I will just clean this part when I know how to. Okay, which
Okay,
one?
but it's going to be the intent. It's going to be your transactions.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah. It's
okay.
you can see the whole transaction
Okay.
is just
Cool.
here.
I missed that word demo. So okay, cool. I get it.
Yeah. This part the whole demo, because I didn't know how to get the transaction from the blockchain, so I just add this some fake data to mock the user case when we have some transaction stuff, this part.
Cool.
So okay,
All right.
let
No, that's
me.
great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So we have like 15 minutes left, although I don't know if people could go longer, but do we want to try sending?
Yeah, let me
some
try
rubber?
setting it to on the test net. I think we should listen work show look like look with this part to know what part work with, and then I click test network, and then it should be click and get some data. Ooh,
Yeah. So right now, just myself and Raphael have addresses. Jim, do you have a wallet address you want to put in the spreadsheet we're keeping?
So this is my
Yeah.
address.
and
Oh, in the spreadsheet.
Let me just check my balance first, because
that's your
it
address,
seems
Tomislav.
didn't
I
get
can put it. All right, let me put that in the spreadsheet.
oh
I will enter in the spreadsheet.
Oh,
Yeah,
you can do it.
it's good.
Okay, cool, cool.
oh
All right, and then Steve, do you have a wallet?
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Okay, cool.
I was able to do a send and it worked.
Okay, Jim, can you put your wallet address up in the spreadsheet we have?
Let's
I don't know the
use
address
the
to the spreadsheet.
HTTPS.
All right, let me post it again.
I was the first to put my address, so I should be the first to receive revs.
We'll give you 1 billion rev.
That 1 billion rev, I think it's 1 billion nano rev. It should be reduced.
So
Yeah.
this is going to be, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a lot of questions yet of this whole new concept of nano rev, which I
Yeah.
have to admit until last week I never heard of before. And
Because one in this part, I should to demos show which one it where it is. This part, the pro price 1 is equal 10.49. Yeah.
so what is that? 9 decimal places?
Yeah. Rev 1. That's it.
So
So
from where do you have this information?
yeah.
Before we say this is like official.
Yeah.
I heard that from
Like-
Rao. So I was talking with Rao last week, and he said it was 1 to the -9 or whatever. But until he told me
Okay.
that, I never heard of this before. So it's something people are going to ask. And my
Let me
understanding
just
is at NanoRev.
try the
Am I on mute? So my understanding
connection
is
for the chat
NanoRev
balance.
is
It's local host and delete it and try to refresh it. It should start to deploy the contact, but it seems seem correct or failed. It is there receive the data.
who did you send the rev to?
I'm not sure with the check balance function. I just we can see it here. We can see it here. It's 1, 2. Yeah. It needs some time to get, but it seems not very. This one, my RChain Wallet dot check balance dot row, and we need to wait for the deploy successful function, because it seems that we didn't make the propose. So
I had sent one rev to myself, and that was successful. How did that work if I didn't have any rev?
but you can see that if you just you mean which part?
Jim, so you're saying that you create a transaction without reps on this private key?
Is this your public key?
It ends with A capital R FR.
This one is
No.
Steve's private key.
A public key, you mean? Or
Public key.
Address.
or address?
Address. You can. This one is whose address? this address all have the no true correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm still waiting on
I
the
know
check
what's
balance.
wrong with this. It yeah, it should be this one. It should be this one. This one. This one is what my address.
I can always send it again.
But it seems didn't propose.
Arvin, you know what would be useful if you can put the username information in the contract that you are deploying.
You mean?
Then, yeah, when you're creating this deploy, you can instead of just say my RChain wallet, you can also supply username, right? So we can see.
Yeah. I will just
walk
next step to make use this part.
I think it's fine. There is a check balance that has been proposed. Just look at the logs.
Yeah, it gets the balance. Yeah, it gets balance with this, but it seems something something wrong with the testnet connection between RChain Wallet and the testnet. So maybe this
So
part.
when you're waiting for propose, you're really listening on WebSockets, right?
Yeah, you can see WebSocket connect, but didn't get more information. Maybe
Yeah.
something.
So proposing on testnet is maybe every minute, something like that.
Yeah.
So we
So
need to wait.
we need to wait some information from this one. Maybe I need to uh how to say debug this part, and let me just transfer some rev.
Yes.
For example, they I will just send Jim with, for example, if this too much, not sure. Let me see how much I have.
This just 1 million. I think it's in all. This is 10 million.
Yeah. I will send 1 million.
Nice.
1 million is okay, I think. Confirm. We can see this part is the send rev part, and
Yeah. This
yeah.
is
And after I set a rev, I will get I will just redeploy another check balance function, a contact.
Can you
So
send
you
rev?
can see
Can you send rev
my.
to someone?
Yeah, I just send another rev to Gem
Can you
with
send a,
one
can you
1
send a
million
little bit
1
to
million.
everybody?
Huh?
Yeah.
Can you send a little bit to everybody?
Yeah, I will send another to Thomas.
Yeah.
I sent Thomas some. I tried anyway. But the little circle is still going
Okay.
around. It says the send was successful.
Yeah. I need to work to deal with this part again later. But I think the transfer function it will work well. For example, you can see here that this one is this, which is this one is which count. Okay, Steve, I will send you also 1 million. Okay.
So can do I have to wait to check balance? How do I see my balance now?
It seems my RChain wallet can't handle the WebSocket information correct by now in the local test net. So maybe I need some another day to another 2 or 3 days to handle this part, because in the before several days, it seems the testnet always have little bugs or some error that I can't try to deal with the information. So it's just I will send it.
So Jim, you can open from this URL. This is HTTP URL. In that case, WebSockets should work, and at least you will get this information.
I'm not on. I'm on the non-secure. Can somebody send me some rev, please?
Yeah,
everything is the same, but only the address is different. So you need to restore your account again. The same address is used, right?
Yeah, I just send several deploy. For example, I send this address send to refill and send to net, and also send to
Nice.
it seems I didn't send to Steve.
Ned, did you open successfully HTTP without SSL?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was also using HTTPS, and you know, I seen that my website.
Yeah, I will handle it later, because if I know which the WebSocket security port the JRPC used, I just will change it to.
Correct behavior is that we should use SSL for the connection, right? So we need SSL directly on the node, and this is something that I will talk to NetZipper, that we implement SSL. So your code should work as it is, you know. And I think we should also make a redirect so that HTTP doesn't work, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's practice.
I mean, now it's useful for this session, but you know, in the future we want to everything be on the SSL.
Yeah.
Yes, but
did we lose Arvin? His screen is frozen. Oh, there it goes. Never mind.
But maybe the SSL stuff must be handled outside of our node.
Yeah, definitely.
You can do it in Nginx, and then have Nginx could be the bottleneck that forbid any HTTP traffic.
Yeah. Now I'm not sure that any proxy is configured. Yeah. Yeah, we can use Let's Encrypt for SSL. It's easy to use.
At the same time, there really isn't any private information transmitted over the line, right? Doesn't send the password or anything over the line.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, this is correct, but you are also sending your activity, right?
That's a good question, whether or not the base protocol should be SSL and therefore depend on some private service like Let's Encrypt or other CA.
Yeah, this is a good point.
I don't think we have to restrict HTTP.
You know, I,
It's not just.
I never go to a website these days that doesn't have HTTPS. I think it's just best practices.
Yeah, HTTP 2.0 is working only on HTTPS. So
Yeah.
if you want to use, yeah,
there is a group of users that is against HTTPS.
But you're always going to find that.
I guess they can run this account themselves. They don't need it.
Well, you know, listen, you're always going to find that. So, I mean, obviously, it's really up to Arvin. He's the wallet developer. But I think from a testnet perspective, we should always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We trust the internet. We trust Let's Encrypt. But some people think those whole DNS registrations system is bogus.
I mean,
there is no way that you can fake something, right? You're sending signed deploy, right? So
never mind. I'm not too concerned about
but the problem is if you are having your site on HTTPS, you cannot access to HTTP. So that's the problem. So if you know if you have a node that is on HTTPS, you cannot use it with HTTP. So
okay, yeah. So now I reloaded my account and it's I guess trying to get the balance. It says contract deployed, success waiting to propose, and it's been doing that a long time.
Yeah, I think that's one of the bugs that in testnet that Arvin was talking about.
Okay, so it's not proposing or something?
Yeah, it's not proposing, it seems.
Yeah, because I have the same thing. It just kind of spins.
Yes, and there will be another issue, which is the get data name time increasing as the number of blocks increases.
Well, this is only true if you're supplying depth with maximum value.
Yep.
So if we could choose the sandbox or the now, if I go to account, let me try that again. Okay,
We lost Arvin.
Yeah, we lost Arvin.
This is me. So when I go to account here, I don't see any choices.
For what, Jim?
Choose your network. General network provide.
I didn't realize this was clickable.
Yeah, it can be clicked. Yeah.
No, I think Jim's point is good. They look more like labels than something you could click on.
Yeah.
And and when I click on it, actually, it still doesn't give me any choice.
The choice for what? Those are the choices.
Oh,
Jim,
Click on the drop down.
okay.
You got to.
But
Node
local
0
network
drop
is
down.
if you're running local network, right? Is if you're running your own OR node, correct?
Yeah. And later I will just write some documents that if you have, for example, Docker in your local, you can just run your local network just in Docker Compose app, because the Thomas have write down the whole the stuff that we need to run a local node, and then you can test your your testnet with the RChain Wallet.
So it might be good if we had the sandbox here as a choice.
Yeah, maybe we can have free text to enter the network, right?
Free text.
Yeah, just to enter URL, and you can
Yeah.
enter whatever.
I will add it later that you can add the custom network.
Yeah, this will be much easier when we have a web API. Then you don't need to
different
run a proxy
API or different port or
Yeah.
something else.
So do we have the persistent deploy history now? Has that pull request been?
Yes,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Jim is talking about a specific pull request to persist deploy, and I don't think it's in the current version. I think
that
it
would
will be on 19.
Yeah. One of the, it might be good if we could use that deploy history so that when we restart a fresh database, we can catch it up with all the deploys.
Yeah, I think this can be very useful, like transaction.
Arvin, this is not about the transaction. It's just about.
I know. I think it's just like a transaction. For example, we have a deploy history. That's the whole deploy list. It will be shown in the that list, because for example, it's not like some deploy is about check balance, some deploy is like transaction, or some deploy is like deploy another contact, like that.
Yeah, you're talking about transaction history, right? When you're reading the information of addresses and balances, right?
Yeah, that can be a user case.
Okay. Yeah. We need to check this, and how can we extract this information?
Yeah, I know. Just deploy. And I think the deploy ID will be also deploy history can be also useful. For example, you will know how much time you just deploy, and I think it's useful when I develop the RChain Wallet, because sometimes I'm not sure how much time I deploy the contact. So
so you mean some kind of history of your deployment, or?
Yeah, and the state of this deployment. For example, some deploy is successful because it has enough funds, but some failed, for example, because of you didn't have enough funds, or some maybe is still waiting to propose. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to just wait for on WebSockets, but okay, yeah. I mean, we have find deploy method already, but I'm not sure that you will get all of this information.
Yeah. I will try to handle it with WebSocket at first.
Yeah, but you're right. This kind of information will be very useful. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So another thing is what Jim is saying. This persistent deploys is when node is restarting, we are now losing all of these deploys. They are not already proposed. So in the next version, these deploys will be saved on the disk. So when the node is restarted, these deploys, will be again in the.
Yeah, I know. Memory. Yeah. This one is saved in the check balance contact. For example,
sorry, what?
Is you mean that for example if I just deploy, let me just change to the local net. It can be a
you're
more.
not sharing screen if you want to show something.
Oh yeah, I will share my screen. For example, I will change to my local test net, and then start to deploy. Missing something. Localhost testnet.
Can you open the log of your local, Arnold?
Let me check it. Oh, yeah, it seems okay. This one. Wait, what's wrong with this?
Can you open the console of in the browser?
Yeah, it seems nothing.
What it says?
Nothing wrong.
Nothing.
Or maybe I need to clean it and restore. I'm not sure. Okay.
Do you see WebSockets requests?
It's the test. It seems nothing wrong with the test, but
in the console there is no WebSockets connection, right?
Yeah, I will try
that?
the localhost. Wait a minute. Okay, localhost is a success, but it was a localhost.
Can you try? Yeah, now you're. Can you open in the new tab?
It seems. Wait a minute. I will just.
Can you try in the new tab? Sometimes WebSockets, if you're reconnecting many times, it will introduce some kind of delay. So
maybe there's some delay. I will wait a minute.
This is done automatically by Chrome. It is preventing probing all of the ports. So you need to use a new tab. You need to create a new tab. I know it sounds silly, but now you have. Yeah. So maybe you have this kind of delay for WebSockets. If you open in the new tab, then it starts working again. So.
Is there another chat balance? What's wrong with it? Maybe I need to restart this one. Okay. Okay, just wait. What's wrong?
It's not started yet. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems something. Okay, it didn't. Okay, wait for some time. Okay, I think this time is okay.
Yeah, now it's stuck.
Application. Okay, get it. Get this part. Yeah, get it. So I just forget what thing I was want to do.
Yeah, so we wanted to check if this is working. So maybe you can now switch to testnet if.
Yeah. Let me just switch the testnet. I just refresh the page, and then I know which stuff I want to demonstrate. Yeah, you can see this part is we have the correct rev when we deploy a contract, and I will the matching wallet will save the contact to the local host, local storage. You can see the whole part like in this one. And when you refresh it, it will just read your check balance contact here, and then use the check the state and the network is the same with your current network. If the same, then it will use this signature to get data from the from that name. So you can see if you just reload page, it will just show how many balance you will have.
Okay, so you're saying that you're saving your last check balance deploy.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I just save it
data,
to the local storage.
Okay, so when you will update this check balance contract, when
you
you
can
get
just click
when
it.
you create another transaction or
Yeah. For example, when I just change my amount, for example, 5 and some address like this one. I will make another deploy. We can see this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It will make another deploy. It is a different deploy ID and a different result. You can see balance is just reduced. And then
So
if you refresh this page, it will just get the data from this
mm-hmm.
this contract.
Yeah, and Rafael, this is with depth 1, right? So you are only checking this for one last block.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you want to check it later, for example, you can just click it. It will just redeploy check balance contact.
Because when new block will be published, you will not get the data, right? Because you said that you only want to read the data with depth 1. So
yeah. So I think maybe this feature is not very smart. For example, it didn't follow the latest block data. You need to redeploy the check balance function. I think maybe there should be some more smart contact to handle this check balance feature, and also if we deploy this contact again and again, it will cause a lot of rev. You can see it will just reduce. Rev will reduce and reduce again because you just for your check balance feature. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
the check balance function and should be merged into more system level, not in the wallet level.
Well, you want to create a deploy, right? When you do this kind of operation, but maybe it would be useful to have something similar like Ethereum, when you can say not depth, like some number of block, but just to say the latest value.
Yeah.
So the Arnold can search, the first block where you have this information.
Yeah.
And this is also something useful for Rafael.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need to specify maximum number and inspect all of the blocks. You can just read few blocks or where is your data. So
yeah. So I think this version, this version of check balance is still little mm, silly. It's not very smart like some check balance feature in the Ether or some Bitcoin or some other blockchain.
so maybe you can say, if you have an experience in different networks, maybe you can put some information in Discord so we can discuss what would be the easiest solution or the best solution.
Because for example, the Bitcoin is like UTXO. That feature. You just get the whole information from the first block to the latest block, and check your one address transaction, and then just add the whole transaction, and it just gets the balance.
So are you saying you get all of the transactions for this address?
Yes, then add the result and show that to the rev.
So you're calculating all of the balances for each transaction, and then you get to the final balance.
Yeah, this is
what you're saying.
This is what becomes as a model. UTXO model.
Okay, so
Okay.
so
But
basically,
I know it seems that RChain is using the account model, like either.
Yeah, we don't have direct relation between unforgeable name and the value, right? This is part of the smart contract, so we need to inspect contracts to get the transaction data.
Yeah, so maybe there need to be a system level contract to handle the accounts data and forgettable name.
Yeah, this implies some kind of indexing of rev address. Yeah, I'm not sure that we will have this in the mainnet, but we will have at least some way to extract transactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that mean when the mainnet when we check balance, are we still need to deploy a contract, or we have some other API to get the balance?
I'm not completely sure. Yeah, I'm not completely sure. I cannot answer that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so are we okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I think the demo was quite a success in my opinion, but effectively it illustrates this issue we have for getting balance.
Yeah. Anyway, I will work on the, for example, the WebSocket method, or maybe later the web API. I know that Thomas have just pull a request about the web API. I'm also waiting for that API to test it, if check if we can use that part. Or and I also just discuss about when we check balance, we will still cost some rev to get balance with some Chinese member in RChain community. They also said that it may be not a bad idea. Maybe they can accept this design. Maybe it's not a very big deal, only if it didn't cost much. For example, every deploy just costs several, for example, 1,000 nano rev, maybe still okay with them.
Yeah. Maybe we can also optimize this check balance deploy to cost less, right?
Yeah.
Without any information that is not necessary, any execution that is not necessary. Yeah. This also makes sense.
So
go ahead, Raphael.
Yes. Go ahead, Steve.
I was going to say, any other thoughts or questions, or does it sounds like we're wrapping things up here? Okay, I'm going to go ahead.
Eric, I'm glad that you joined today.
Yeah, I wanted to thank everybody for their efforts. Arvin, it's really coming along. It looks great. I want to also say happy holidays to everybody.
Oh, thank you.
I will be out until I'm returning January 3rd, which is a Friday. So I will be out on vacation until then. So I just want to wish everybody a great end to 2019, happy and healthy, and we're really looking forward to big things for RChain in 2020. You know, it's been somewhat of a difficult year, but we're really looking for. I think we're definitely ending on an upbeat, right? Which is always a great way to end. And I mean, everybody's efforts really been amazing. So thank you all. We met with Greg yesterday. I know Greg really appreciates everybody's efforts and everything that the community is doing to support RChain. So I think next year is going to be really great for all of us. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Ned.
Thank you. Can I present briefly what I shared this morning?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, so let's
I'll
go.
just stop my.
So I'll share my screen too. One.
And this is related to the ERC 1155.
Yep.
Is that right? Okay.
So yes, I've been working and discussing with some members of the RChain Discord group, and the idea was basically to develop some ERC 1155 like Roland contract. So I've been working on it for 1 or 2 weeks. So yes, so I have uploaded the repository this morning. So you might have a look if you want at the Rowland code for it. So basically, I just read very rapidly the official standard documentation for this ERC standard on Ethereum. But I've been like doing the thing. I've been coding it a bit rapidly and without caring too much about the standard itself. So basically, it is a bit explained in the README file. So there is 3 unforgeable names. This one, okay, let's start with this one. This one contains the ownerships of the tokens. This one contains the quantity available for each token, and of course the identifier of a given token. For example, if you are exchanging cards, there would be 100 cards available, and the cards would have a number from 0 to 100, for example. So and then the tokens data is it's free to anyone who deploys the ERC 1155 contract to put anything he wants on the tokens data channel.
This is like a metadata that you can put, right?
Yes, metadata depending on the use case, JSON, images, files, anything
You can have like custom fields in this part of the
yes,
data, right?
It's not even fields. It's anything that can be expressed in Rowland can be linked to a token. So right now,
I'm on purpose saying fields for Eric, you know, because you can store a DID here, right?
Yes, that's right. Exactly. So it is very early stage release. So right now there is few methods available. The create token. So right now anyone can create a token, because I'll explain it. I have some issue with Rowland. There is something I can't do. So maybe it's a feature that is lacking. Maybe I don't know how to do it. And then the transfer token that is not coded yet. So I will demo it very quickly so we can see it. So this is
can you first just say briefly, you know, how what is the purpose of this contract? Just you know, so we can have this like a more whole you know, information. So this is one contract, right? This ERC 1155 is one contract that will be deployed on RChain network, right?
Yes, anyone will be able to deploy it and to fit it to its needs. So it is very, very general purpose. So you might, for example, issue a ERC 1155 contract to sell tickets for a concert. For example, you have 100 tickets. So basically, it's very simple. You might also have different tokens. For example, if you sell tickets, you have first-class tickets, second-class tickets. You might want to sell digital items. You talked to it with the blockchain art meeting yesterday. You might want to share anything that ERC20 tokens are used for today, but it's on RChain smart contract platform.
So can you also say, you know, what is the relationship between for example, my deploy of this contract and your deploy of this contract? Our tokens are not connected, right?
Yes, right now they are not connected.
And if we want to exchange these tokens, we need some another entity to do this, right? Because these contracts, you are creating your own tokens with this deploy, right?
Yes, but all of the propositions are welcome if you have some thoughts on how it should, which direction it should take. But right now, there is a owner of a contract, which is the first public key that deploys it. It is stored on this channel. And basically, this is the only authority that has the power to create tokens afterwards. So sometime you might want just to at Genesis create 1,000 token, and then uh, don't you might just let the blockchain and let the people do whatever they want with it. But sometimes you might still want to keep some third party authority that can remove tokens, add tokens, edit tokens data. So it will depend on the use case.
Is this part
For
of the
example,
contract, or how do you decide this? You modify the contract, or?
yes, this is at the first deploy. So it is not coded yet, but you would have a channel that is called, for example, owner can create token. It might be false or true. And if it is false, you know that the contract is trustless, which means there is no authority that can take it down or handle stuff in a centralized manner.
I see. So this is how it's specified in the, right?
The ERC 1155 is an interface. It's not a particular contract. I can have my tokens ERC, if they're 1155, they can be in the same marketplace with your tokens.
Yes, and they can obey to different rules too.
Right. Okay, and the 1155 is really to represent any kind of asset, any kind of value.
For example, I will show you my example, but right now I'm just playing with digital items. This is from League of Legends. And for example, in this contract, I am the owner, so I have the power to issue tokens, and I issue 100 tokens of this item. But this can be, you can have anything you want here, and your application would implement some UX to reflect what you stored on the data. Okay, so maybe we can deploy it right now. So I have my node running on my computer. No, it's not running yet. Okay. So basically, I'm going to deploy this contract, then create a token, because at Genesis there is absolutely no token. So tokens are indexed. No, this is so this is the first key we are going to edit. They are indexed with a number that is incremental. So the first one would be 0. And then when I buy one, it is added to the tokens here with a unique ID per token. And the tokens data is stored in this channel. So ERC. So I deployed. Let's check it. Okay, fine. So we're going to look at our node logs. Okay, so basically at the end of the contract, every channel that matters is outputted. So we can check what is the data on each channel, and also we can interact with the contract through the registry. So the registry URI have been outputted here. So now I'm going, I have absolutely no token, so my contract is useless. I'm going to create a token which is 100 of quantity for these items, this item. Okay, so this is the create token dot row. And basically, when I call this contract, I can pass any channel here, and the result, could it be an error or success, will be outputted to this channel. So here you might also code some rolling logic if you want. I just send the std out channel. So I propose, let's see. Okay, so fine token has been created. The values of current of tokens and tokens data have been outputted to the console, but so this is this log and this log, but since it's the first deploy, there was not anything to be outputted, so I'm going to create a second item. So right now, as you might have suggested, there is no ref price displayed. It means that any item can be purchased for free. You'll just have to pay for the transaction, and you can acquire any item. So this is part of the to-dos. Add some price logic, some price behavior. So I just created my second token, and now in the logs we should see the current values. Okay, so this is what is stored on the tokens available channel. So the token 0 is available. There is 100 items available, and then on the tokens data, currently there is this value. The item 0 is linked to this data. This data is what I sent at first. It is this rolling map. So I might just show you how it is done. So when the token is created, I just do a new data, so new channel. I store the data on this channel, and then I reference the data channel to the tokens data and forgeable name, and then I return success to the caller of the contract. So right now, the thing that is incomplete is the possibility to check that the current deployer is the owner of the contract. So this is what I want to do, and I cannot do it right now. Basically, the public key of the deployer is stored on this channel. It is a definitive send. I don't know how you call it in Golang, but it cannot be changed. And afterwards, I want to check the current deployer public key against this public key. And right now, this channel always outputs the same deployer value than the first one, even if my private key changes. Here.
How do you know this is the same? You printed this on standard output and you see always the same value, or?
Yes, those two are always the same. So right now, of course, I deploy with the same private key, but if I deploy with another one, these two logs would still be the same. So I cannot check that the deployer of the user that calls the create token channel, I cannot check if he is the owner of or he is not the owner. So this is an issue I have. So I've been asking for some help. Maybe we'll find how to do it soon. But I'm kind of stuck with this bug, because we never go into that case, unauthorized operations, because this one is always the same as this one. Yes, this one.
So this deployer ID is not directly like byte array. You need to convert this to bytes. So I didn't have time to check, but maybe I can do it now and see.
Yes, but you'll see that it always outputs the same value, the same public key. But if I am another,
okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, this is something that I was not sure. What do you printing? You see the real deployer ID, but this is not the. Yeah, okay. So deployer ID maybe it's maybe it is related to validator private key.
oh,
Right?
oh, maybe.
Because I was also thinking that this deployer ID is really the related to private key of a deployer, right?
Yes, of course. This is what I thought. So, or maybe this value is somehow frozen at declaration time and not at execution time. Because of course, every time I create a token, I enter this rolling execution, but somehow this value is always the same. So okay, so that's just a small issue I have. So the second behavior that is coded is the purchase token rolling contract. So this can be called by anyone. At the contrary, the create token can only be called by the owner. So anyone can purchase some tokens. So I'm going to purchase the first token, which is the one I've been deploying at the beginning. So I will, okay. So another issue I have is that the user has to give a unique ID that is not taken. And I don't know how to generate some random unique ID in the rolling contract. But this is just a small issue.
Yeah, maybe you can use some crypto to generate hash.
Yeah, I question the use of deployer ID at all here. And shouldn't it be a public key? I mean, you're not expecting always an interactive user. It should be, you should give a public key when you create the resource and check for signed signatures. Otherwise,
well,
this is what I want.
Well, Jim, this is not really necessary if we are already signing the deploy. So we can use this signing information directly, you know, so we don't need to do it again inside the rolling.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Does this make sense?
May I ask a question?
Yep.
So when the wallet ID, the sort of whatever the public key that creates the tokens, like the genesis for those tokens, right? Let's say I issue 100 tokens, right? And all those tokens are now pointing back at that initial smart contract that dictates the terms and rules that those tokens follow. But each of those tokens is issued an individuated ID, right? Like they're all NFTs, right?
No, at first there is no unique ID. There is just one that is created each time you buy some token. But this is maybe some bad design I have coded. But you know, when you create a token, it does not create unique IDs for the 120 tokens. It just stores this information. And then each time someone buys the token, there is a unique ID for each one.
Okay, so it's almost like it's interesting from an ontological like level. It doesn't exist until someone buys it. It's like if a tree falls in a
Yeah,
forest, or like
that's right.
my father growing up used to say like, Eric, nothing happens in the world unless someone buys and sells something, right? And it's um, okay, um, but I'm wondering why that decision? Why make it so it doesn't have an individuated ID until someone buys it? Like why couldn't it have an ID before someone buys it? Is
I'm
there a
just
reason?
I was just looking for the simpler design possible, and
Okay.
basically I think this is the simpler design possible. 0 is the key, and 100 is the value.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but maybe yes, maybe it's a maybe it's a good idea to have unique IDs created at Genesis.
The reason why I ask is because for the art project, I think that is actually something that we will need, and
Yes,
that's a very specific what's the word tricky design decision that goes in that actually has massive implications for the creation of a distributed object, right? So
yes,
the object has to exist before someone buys it, right? And like we're substantiating something that already exists.
yes.
Otherwise, what's going to have to happen is the artist is going to have to like sell the token to themselves or to a fake account to make their thing real.
No, I'll explain to you. This is digital items, so it is different from a Picasso painting because it can exist 100 times. Of course, if you are dealing with paintings or some unique art pieces, you will have a genesis, something like that.
Okay, so you can
So,
automatically create like so it's like an array. Like you basically upload a loop that creates an array
yes,
of tokens, and each one of those has a unique identifier. Now, because like the other question that I have is on top of that, let's say for the sake of argument that when we issue the tokens, they're given unique identifiers, right?
yes.
But what if we want certain parts of the tokens to exhibit different behaviors than others as well, right? Um, so like there may, let's say like I issue 120 tokens, but every 40 tokens, I have 3 sets of 40. So section A, section B, and section C, and I want each of those sections to exhibit slightly different behaviors than the others because maybe parts of the project have different behavior patterns or different things. Like there's like these sort of how do you say use case scenarios that would require not only individuated tokens, but individuated behaviors within that set of tokens that's being identified. And so thus are the behaviors encoded directly into the tokens themselves, which is something that I think some of the Ethereum people have been talking about. Or is it everything constantly pointing back to one individual smart contract?
This is very interesting. I think I thought of quite the same thing, and I used the term enriched like behavior. For example,
Enriched
you might
behavior, like
you might have a token that you want to be sold to someone only if some other channel respects some given condition. So I think Golang is the perfect language to express some very rich ideas around exchanging tokens and stuff. So maybe I kind of see. So what would be a real case a scenario for what you're describing?
well.
You can always use you can always use variations of the contract. There's no reason why they all have to be identical. But I guess if you want to classify have a class of tokens. I mean, everything I sell, I can make a separate contract for, right? I mean, it's only an interface. So
Yeah, I don't. It may just be semantics. I was always under the impression that we didn't need the smart contract embedded in each token. Like I didn't understand why we had to do that. But there were people that I was talking to at one point who were talking about creating whole marketplaces that were embedded in the tokens. So like the token itself knows how it wants to be sold.
But I
Yes.
guess you could do that.
I'm
Okay.
not
So
sure like why we need to do that. I'm just kind of asking this question because like from my perspective, and I'm not sure this applies to every vertical. I mean, video games. We've been talking about video games the last couple of days. You know, it's similar, but it's also different. And if we're going to think about really, really expanded use cases beyond just buying and selling dumb tokens, right? Like having these tokens be I like that word enriched. I could start thinking about the tokens themselves becoming a platform for the creation of art in and of itself, right? And that's what kind of interests me. And so the thing about artists is we're really good at subverting use cases, right? And coming up with use cases that break all the molds. So the NFTs that we use here have to be flexible enough to accommodate things that we can't even think of. Does that make sense? Whereas
yeah.
if we constrain the functionality of the NFT before putting it out, then we're actually constraining the art or the possibilities for the art production, which is what's happening in the rest of the crypto art world. People are generating art that's specifically tokenizable, which isn't interesting or good art, right? And the people that are generating good art aren't interested in the blockchain, or they feel sort of threatened by it because the avenues that they can use to edition their work are immediately constraining the possibilities for what that work is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think to Jim's point, you know, they can use this base, they could use this contract type as a base, and then to avoid constraint, right, they can alter the contract. I mean, they could all derive from, you know, one, say they're all like derived from this 1155 contract, but then modified to allow unique or just different, you know, situations. But, you know, the all the abstract base classes, if you will, are still there to enforce some superset of rules that we want all these type of contracts to adhere to. And then you would, going back to my object-oriented days, you would basically inherit from this base contract and then you know, extend it as you see fit for your specific artwork. And then maybe your piece of art spawns a whole new inherited class of contracts.
All right, as long as we're just not constrained from the get-go, right? And it's modifiable going forward, then it's fine, you know. But if we're setting rule sets up front that say like, well, it's basically we're calling this an 1155, but it behaves like a 721 or 20. It sounds like it behaves more like an ERC 720, an ERC 20 rather. It's not going to be as usable, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of education needed around this, right? I mean, you know, first of all, let me applaud Raphael's effort. I mean, this is amazing, right? This is kind of what I was saying yesterday. You know, that there's no reason we can't implement this, you know, ourselves in Rolang. And then, you know, and then we're going to need to teach people. I mean, listen, once this is done, it's going to have to go out. It's going to need comments, right? It's going to have the community, you know, look at it, kind of make comments on it. And then, you know, going forward, it becomes like the perfect base contract for anybody who then wants to, you know, inherit from it and create something even new.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think this is rad, and I'm really excited that this is happening on RChain. I'm just doing what I do, which is come in and sort of, you know,
Yeah.
poke at things, you know.
Yeah, and somehow as I'm talking, I'm thinking, you know, then you could actually build the spawning of new governance into the contract using things like Ladle once that is, fully deployed. So
What's
you can
Ladle?
have laws distributed, ledger as distributed law.
Laws of
Logic as
distributed logic.
law.
Oh, it's logic, right? Thank you. It's this concept that backs up so much of what RChain and Greg is thinking of.
Wait,
Yeah,
can you
and
send me the link?
what does this mean? It means that you can type check your contract for different properties, right? You can be sure that some kind of behavior is not possible, or it will eventually happen. So this kind of behavior you want to check, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of thinking maybe there's a way that you create a behavioral type that you want your art to morph into. I don't know, something, right? And then the whole
Yeah.
point is the code is able to enforce and promote that.
Yeah, you enrich your your syntax with additional types that can restrict behavior of your contract.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So basically, in thinking about this, like if we're sort of bringing this back to the artist rights and transfer sale agreement, we create modular smart contracts that address different parts of it that people can pick and choose from, basically, that are all nested, like an object-oriented way. That, and so basically the token refers back to these nested smart contracts.
Yeah, and not only nested, but also higher order, where you can receive the whole contract and you can execute it, right? Even if you don't know in front what is this contract that you will execute.
Yeah.
So we can have a like base template, and what Ned is saying, like extending or object oriented way of what I want to say, inherit. You can execute, and you can receive another contract and execute it, and you can type check this contract for some behavior that you don't you don't like, right? Because you don't want to execute any contract inside your contract, right?
Will these
you want to
tokens?
specify.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to say that you want to be sure that some operations are restricted.
Oh, I liked what you just did, Raphael, with that. Now, are these? Another sort of random thought. I'm thinking about this idea of multi-sig, and this idea of having more than one wallet being able to generate tokens, right? Because that's actually something that may be really important as well. So you just listed 2 owners in there, and that's it?
Yeah, of course. What I'm writing right now, it's not code. It does not work. But I think it's quite easy to express some co-ownership. I think it will be possible. For my project API, this is what I have in mind to express the ownerships of domain names. But of course, I think we can also have it for a art piece. And this means that, for example, right now, that one is not for sale.
Mm-hmm.
And if, for example, this one wants to put it for sale, he cannot do it on his own. He also has to have a deploy from this person. So if those two agrees to make this unique token for sale at a given price, then it would become for sale. So we can code some behavior that includes co-ownerships. I think it's not that complicated to have that working. So yes, it's very interesting to bring some ideas and about ownership. Yes, maybe the owner could be 2 or more owners, and this is the same thing. For example, when you create a token, if you have a co-ownership of the of the contract, you would the contract would require the agreement between the 3, 4, or 5 owners of the contract to perform some operation like creating a token. For example, creating a token in your case could be just have some
Nice.
the complicated word in French. Have some art piece put on the marketplace that your contract is dedicated to. So yes, for example, so I think I should have started with an example like that. If you deploy this contract, you have 2 tokens that are already owned at Genesis. The first one is the tokens 0, which is a Picasso painting, and the second one is the token 1, which is a Monet painting. So of course, they are not available anymore. And the third one is a Pissarro painting, which is available yet. So right now there is no price behavior, so anyone can acquire it for free, and then a new entry would appear in this section. And right now the price stuff is just is not coded, but when I am the owner of a token, I am free. I am the only one who has the right to add some additional information to it. And for example, a price information could just signify that a given resource, a given token is for sale now. So yes, so this is kind of all the ideas I have, and so yeah, the goal is to enrich this as much as possible, and also not to go too far, because we want it to be very general purpose and easy to bend or to fit to someone's needs. So that's about it. And just a last addition. So you might want to read the README and in particularly the to-do section, where I have written the thing I have to do or we have to do to enrich this contract. This one is the more important. I have to figure out how to check the identity of the deployer, because this don't work. And so what I wanted to do is the front end of this logic. So of course it is dedicated to DAPI software. So right now I'm in my browser, but I am developing it for DAPI. So basically inside DAPI you would just have a call to this. Yes, so all of the value outputted would be called by the web application inside DAPI, and it would display some interface like this one. So this is an interface dedicated to video games items with just a name and a description. So this is metadata stuff. The images are also stored on the blockchain, so they are not okay. So I have to go back. So basically this is some base 64 image, and it appears this way in the section. So regarding the discussions we had about engine platform, what I have coded right now is some 100% token contract So there is no necessity for any server for storing assets or stuff like that. You can put anything you want in the metadata channel. So could it be a string or a base 64 image? And right now, so this is the interface available. It is very does not interact with anyone right now with anything, but basically my goal is to provide it inside the API, so it will be very easy to play with some tokens, to have a very very fun interface to play with ERC 1155. And of course, depending on the needs, you would have some specific UX developed by some other companies. So this is okay. So this is it.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, very good.
So I was looking at the sample implementation of the RCC 1155. Did you look at that at all?
I read it just a bit. I should read it entirely. I think I shared it on the RChain Discord, but yes, I will read it again because I guess there is some very advanced reflections.
Yeah,
Jim, where do
some
you
very
have
interesting
your
things
code?
there. It has examples in it that include
Jim, you want to share your screen?
Mintable tokens, mixed fungible, and it uses this ERC 1165, which the 1165 is a standard for determining which interfaces it supports. So if you want to know what kind of token using that interface would be, using this standard would make sense. Because then you know, getting that gives us the behavior. That's our introspection, which is very valuable. Now, if we look at the 1155 itself, okay, we have you can see the supports interface function here, and what you do here is where is it? I guess we can. I'll have to look at this a little thing, but the basic interface here only includes the token receiver and contract and does a and this is where it uses the 765. And I guess this is telling, I guess we're using that here to say, yes, this token supports 1155. I don't know if it's used for any other purpose here, but we have the we have a safe transfer function with safe batch transfer. We have a balance of batch. I don't understand. You know, if this is an implementation of the 1155 interface, that means to me that anything that is 1155 compatible will support these same functions. We have set approval for all. We got It's approved for all.
Yes, the approval is some kind of delegation. I don't know exactly how it works, but it is the same in ERC20. There is the approval capability.
Right, and so I'm a little bit, well, this is something to, certainly, I guess gaining an understanding of these contracts would help us a lot. And maybe somebody wants to present them at one of our meetings. But
Yeah.
I think if we understood, you know, I mean, or if anybody understands it, you know, I could certainly ask some questions about it.
Yeah, Ethereum is so complicated.
That's true. I mean, there's, well, I mean, it's actually pretty readable. Okay, the kinds of things that I don't, I guess Ethereum, Solidity has changed over the years. And certain things like I haven't been exposed to. Like I see the emit function all over the place, or the emit, and I don't know what that is because I can look it up. But,
Yeah, that's interesting. Mintable token.
yeah, well, it seems like, you know, this is almost like it goes through a loop. Where is it? Function interface. Supports interface.
It seems that emit really means like calling event, raising an event.
Okay. 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 That's a new way of doing it. Yes, or I don't remember it. Okay, so we have the mint here, the mint function here, which we have.
Yeah, this is to increase the supply.
So
after the genesis, right?
Yeah, so this is for fungible tokens. So yes, because ERC 1155 includes fungible and non-fungible tokens.
call data I guess I'm trying to understand this. This address here, I guess, is the address of the token, right? And then we say how many we want to make. And I guess we import the creator only function. And then it just goes through a loop that many times, and it can someone quickly explain this? I could probably figure it out, but.
So we have, we are adding, we have a list of addresses and a list of quantities, right? And these two lists are zipped together and iterated over, right?
You're talking about this list?
Yeah, the list of addresses is _2 and _quantities. Their two lists are the same size, right? They're like they can be seen as zipped together, right? For each _2, there is a underscore quantity, right?
Well, we have call data.
Call data, I'm not sure what's the call data.
One of these. Quantity equals quantity of I.
I mean, we are extracting the, for each item in this list, we are extracting the address and the quantity, right? Like we are zipping these the two lists together, and we are
Oh, I
iterating
see,
for
I see.
each item
Okay.
in right.
Okay.
And then
I get
we are mhm.
Yeah, I didn't realize this was a list. It's not quantity.
Yeah, it's the list of integer.
Yeah, so I kind of see, I think when you create a fungible token ERC 1155, you can say that each 1,000 blocks, 5% of the supply must be created, minted, and it might be something like that, right?
It
It is
makes
not
sense.
fixed.
Yeah.
Fixed. It's not fixed. It can be fixed or dynamic supply.
So this code is adding two balances or changing the balances state with this address. Yeah, so for each of these address, we are adding this quantity, right?
Where do we get balances?
Balances must be some kind of internal state.
So you're, but
So we are mhm. It must be somewhere here.
Initial supply. Okay.
Yeah, and this message sender is the first address, right? It's the
All right. So the create function is what creates the these tokens, and this balances the initial supply. So this happens to be
this looks like very similar to what Rafael was showing in his code, right? This tokens tokens map, right?
so create. So Mintable gives you a method here to create where you can actually increase. We can actually make more tokens, and we do that simply by increasing the balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was simple. But I think going through these contracts is valuable, just so
Yeah.
we can see understand what an ERC 1155 is supposed to do.
Yeah, and when we see this in rolling, it seems like much simpler.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, Jim, later on today on the calendar was the DApp Developer Working Group. I won't be there. I don't know if anyone's going to show up. A lot of times we're combining the wallet session with the DApp Developer Group. So everyone who usually attends the later session is here. In the event that someone does show up, could you log in at 3 o'clock and host by chance in the event that something happens?
Sure.
Okay.
And the room's open anyway for people to meet.
That's true.
No, if you put put nodes into the dApp developer channel, or yeah, the dApp developer. I put I guess I didn't put the links in anywhere yet, huh? I often have the good intention of putting things into the dApp developer or into the channel associated with the meeting, and then get distracted and don't do it. But
So with today, so I'll post this session later on today, and what I'll do is I'll create a separate link starting with Raphael's demo of the ERC 1155. So there'll be the entire episode and the second one with the smaller part. So good. Any other final thoughts or comments? Thank you, Arvin, for, I know it's late there in where you are, so thanks for hanging in there and staying up late. So
Okay.
Yeah, and thanks for the whole demo. Yeah.
yeah, thank you, Arvin.
With some minute, I will show my new progress. I just figured it out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just in my dev mode in my local host. But it worked well on the testnet. Maybe there are some small bug, but I think this can be done later. You can see this type is still on the testnet, and I get the balance successful. Yeah, let me. Yeah, you can see I add some more stuff like UID and states success, and if I just wait a minute. Oh, there are some more stuff. Maybe I need to ask later. Let's try it again. Start deploy contact, and we will get the sock connect and wait for the blockchain to propose some nodes. We will see the block add, deploy success, and deploy success. Oh, okay. We get the right rev, and the sound bug is here that we have. I have several deploy success, and only one will really get the true balance, and maybe it should be figured out what's the problem. So, but at least we just figure out. I just figure out how to connect to the WebSocket. That's it.
Okay, very good.
That means that that means if I for example just refresh my page and click total balance, start deploy contact, and then you can see the Arnold contact block add. It's just contact sending successful and waiting to propose block add.
my wish list is a text box for a deploy, a row
Yeah.
and a selection of the sandbox. I think I think for most of our stuff, we would want to use test against the sandbox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait for some minute to get some block added. Oh, this part, it should be successful. Yeah, deploy success, and it should, this one will get the right check balance. That's it. But also there's some error with the get data from name. I think maybe Thomas, you can tell check it what's the matter, because I just use this get balance feature. It's using the get data from deploy.
So maybe you are requesting data. If you supplying depth, oh, you're supplying depth -1.
Yeah, because
maybe you can try to supply depth like a larger number, for example 10. You know, so this will include the get me the data in the last 10 blocks.
Yeah, because if I just refresh the page, also the check balance, the deploy or the signature is saved, but it show the zero rev is not correct.
Yeah. So if new block is published, you will not get the data because in the last block there is no data. So
that's it. So maybe this part needs to be improved.
Yeah, you can change the depth, and you can say, for example, 10. Then you will get the data from the last 10 blocks.
Yeah, maybe
you can try it right now. Can you enter the depth like 10? The depth parameter for listen for data name.
This one?
Exactly. And you have parameter depth.
Parameter depth.
When you call this method, like argument to this function.
Line 63.
Yes.
Line 60.
Here.
This one?
You have depth and name. Yes. So this depth means how many blocks in the past should R node look for data.
So how many depths it should be used?
Yeah, this is the same on Ethereum. Like how many blocks in the past you want to search.
So
for
which one should it to change to? For example, 100 or?
Yeah, you can say 100. You can say 100.
Maybe I can try it for 100.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems just okay. That's cool.
It will probably last a little longer.
I think I figured out some methods. That's because if I get the example, if I get this part, if I get the deploy sequence number, I can save it to the check balance contact and save it to the sequence number, and then it means that I can get the latest number in the in this part.
Why wouldn't you just put in 1 million last million?
And then it just make a mess and to set the depth to this number. I think maybe it can be a real number.
Like this can be optimized. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. And Jim, if you put a larger number, R node loads all of these blocks, right? So
why would it do that? Why wouldn't it just load blocks until it found something at that name?
Because you will get all of the data for each block that R node found. You will not get only one data. You will get for each block, you will get all of the data in this block. Yeah, and I'm not saying this is like an optimal way. This is how it's implemented now.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
try it. How to let me see.
But now we are seeing, you know, what you really need. So Jim, what you are saying, this would be useful, and this is already existing on Ethereum, so that you can instead of depth you can supply like latest or the first. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this can be the current number, current block number, and this one to minus the the one in the payload, and save it to the deploy. Let me, maybe I need to log out. Which one I need to redeploy it.
So you will take the current one, and you will know in which one you're deployed, and then you can say the depth only, exactly what you need, right?
Yeah. I think I need to
Cool.
redeploy it and to figure out which sequence number. Yeah,
Yes,
sequence number.
yes.
Get sequence number as the sequence number as payload.
If you're listening for a data at name, why would you ever look
What
further if you found a block that had
The code
data
is
at the
now
name?
the code is now loading all of the code is first loading the first taking the depth and loading all of the blocks in this depth, and then traverse all of the.
Why wouldn't you just load one, the last one, see if there's any data, then if not, load the next one. If not,
Yeah.
load the next one.
Yeah. You're completely right. Yeah, it can be optimized. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can have use cases where you want to know every value that was stored on a given unforgeable name.
Yeah. And maybe in one block you will have multiple values. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But have multiple values of the same name.
Yeah, you can send you can have multiple sends on the same name, and you will have multiple values then.
And
You will receive multiple.
Right, and it doesn't matter then which one you take. You can take either one, any one.
Well, you can decide. You can decide what is for you. They're all in parallel, so yeah.
Oh,
You will,
this seems
now
something
you
wrong.
will get the list. You will get the list.
Block, current block. No.
You will get the block info, and for this block you will get the list of all the values.
I see.
This is how listen for data type name works. Yeah.
Oh, oops. I need to redeploy this part so that it will be useful to get the data.
So this is really just a peek. See if they're right at the data.
Yeah, it just start deploying and get block add. Wait for more minutes. Yeah, it seems which it seems something not very correctly, because the sequence number is 162, but this part it should come 8080. So what's wrong?
We have block number and we have sequence number, and
it seems not not.
They're not the same.
Yeah, they're not the same.
I'm not completely sure, but what I heard is that block number is block number in the network, like in between all the validators, and sequence number is just the block number for this validator. So
how can I get this block number in this payload? Or can I just search the block hash to get the block number?
I think you should use sequence number. I think this is correct, and this sequence number should be valid
or is there some info in the block info?
Do you have in block info? You should have sequence number.
Maybe I can log it to get some.
Yeah, I mean you have types types in TypeScript.
Yeah,
but
okay,
did you generate types for 18 version?
I will check it in the. I'll just close some stuff. It should be too many. R nodes. It's the get block function.
Yes.
Block function, get block function, get block function, get block function, get reply function. Is this one?
Exactly. And take a look at block response.
It can be use the block query to.
Yeah, but go to get blocks and take a look at.
Wait a minute. It's just.
So get blocks gives you block info response. Okay, can you take a look at that? So
hash.
now
sequence number.
Yes.
Okay.
So
yeah.
we'll extended this with this info. So
yeah. Okay. So this one we will get this to sequence number. Current. It should be sequence number.
Yeah. If you want to be precise.
Sequence number, and
on depth you also have. Yeah, exactly.
So about in this way, it should be also sequence number, and save and just delete and refresh. Okay, let's try it again to see what happened. It's still waiting. Block add. Okay, here it is. But it seems, yeah, but if there is a -1,
yeah, maybe just add one to the depth.
So I can that mean, for example, I can use this to make this stuff like make a more
yeah, maybe you can just add +1
mass, yeah, minus 0. So
I'm not sure what do you want with a minimum.
I'm sorry, max. Does that mean choose these two parts, the more bigger one? If, for example, if this is a -1, it seems that it didn't
okay.
get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you have the same number, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Or the
Or
this
you can just add one. I mean,
just add one.
you can always, you know, search for another one block and
Yeah. Okay.
you can be
So
sure.
I
Yeah.
think this can be worked well. Ooh. No. It seems not very correct.
What?
Not very correct.
So you are getting.
So maybe at 10. It seems 10 is okay, or just still at 1. Maybe 2. It's not very useful. 5.
Current sequence number.
It seems not very useful.
The first number you're printing is the current, right? And the other one is deploy sequence, right?
The current. That's not very. Let me just try redeploy.
Can you also print the depth number?
But if they are the theme, it seems correctly.
Maybe you have first request before.
I just try refresh it. When they have the same sequence number, it seems it can be get okay with the balance. Maybe we need to wait for a one more deploy.
Yeah, one more block.
This is okay still.
Yeah, can you now remove this +5 and?
I'm just at 10.
Yeah, but it should work. It should work with just +1, right?
Yeah, but you can see when this one is 170 and this is 171. You can see the balance is 0.
You mean balance is 0 when you
Deploy
yeah.
deploy first contact.
So if you have only one block after your deploy, you should be able with depth 1 get the data. So can you also print the depth parameter?
Okay,
The value of the depth parameter, just so that we can see.
so
everything.
how to log these depths?
Yeah, I mean you can extract. Yeah, exactly.
It's just this one.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay, it seems this will be.
So now we have depth 13, which is strange, right? We should be able to see the data.
Yeah,
in
but
depth 13.
we can't see the data. If we just refresh it, it's still, maybe I just change to, for example, 10. Sorry.
Can you increase the depth?
How many?
Plus 20 or plus, like, can you say plus 100?
Plus 100?
Yeah, just that we see that, at least one number is working, or
It's still searching. 100, it's okay.
So there is something with sequence number, block number, I'm not sure.
14, 5 is okay. This is okay.
Maybe the sequence number is not exactly the correct thing here.
Yeah, maybe it's a block number.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. So I will definitely check this. For now, maybe you can use some larger number, and to be sure that, and maybe you can check
Or
with the block
25
number.
is filled.
Yeah. Can you also print the block number from block info? Can you just print the
I
block
will
number?
try it. If 30 is okay.
Maybe you can get some conclusion how this works.
Let me. Oh, this is filled. I think it must maybe the block number, because it seems that block number is still adding. Yeah, but the sequence number is not adding. You can see.
Yeah, maybe block number is, as I said, for the whole network. So
I tried
getting the data.
block number. So maybe that part, it should be block number, and then you. Okay. number 1, and then
Mhm.
add this to the block number.
And
It
from
seems
payload,
that I should get the payload hash
yes.
and to
So
get data from the get block.
Yeah, to get exactly the block number, not the sequence. Yeah, you're right.
Get block number. I think hash string node URL and get block. Await get block. And this URL is a hash. Maybe I should look at the get block.
Yeah, I think you need to supply some object with a hash inside.
I can check it. Hey, sorry. Check it. Block query. It's a
it's an object with a hash.
Object hash.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
it.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Return block. Get block. Okay. So I will using it at this way const get yeah, wait a minute. Const it's a hash or is something let me try redeploy it and find it. Ooh. So it's too large. You will wait for a long time. It will search to the bottom.
Yeah. It will search all of these blocks. Yeah.
Maybe if we, for example, this part is larger than, for example, 100 or more several number, it shouldn't be redeploy contact again.
Yes, you're right.
And this is maybe more useful.
Yeah.
Get payload block hash const block get block. Ooh, well, what's it should using the URL. Get balance. Okay.
So this function is not in a promise. So maybe
it should be a sync.
Yeah.
I'll wait. But the URL is not the HTTP Arnold URL. Arnold URL. Yeah, we'll get block. It seems block is a Arnold get block data block info. So it is same like this one.
Like block info. Yes.
Yeah, it can be used like this.
Mhm.
Thing with this one. Blocks. So it can be get is it? Why this? Oh, this too harsh. Yeah, block info, and this is block number. Block don't. This is in China. Why? Block. Seems probably spread.
Can you go back to
Yeah.
types so we can see? Oh, I think block info contains light block info inside.
Okay, maybe I need block info. Okay, yeah. But what does this mean? Deploy list.
These are all of the deploys that are in this block. You get all of the signatures of these deploys.
Okay.
Because in each block you have a list of deploys.
I know, like this part.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Try to delete it and refresh. Which?
You also have find deploy method where you can specify deploy signature and you will get the block. Where is this deploy?
Okay. Yeah. It
This is also
seems
useful.
there seems something error. Okay. This is something error because what's wrong with that? Okay, maybe I know what's the problem. So this is one. Block number one depth was one, and we'll get this.
So if you just refresh, you will get right.
Yeah, it seems we will get the true number. Yeah, 4 is true. 5. Okay.
So that's
it.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh.
Something wrong.
Maybe you can add +1. Maybe.
I think it should add one more, and if I add one more, it should be okay. Yeah.
Maybe it's is the same moment when new block is published and you're requesting for data.
Yeah.
So maybe in this moment you really you have depth less than your block.
So yeah. So maybe 2 is enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I need to
So
go
you
to
know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that if you know the block exactly where is the data, right? It would be useful if you can just say, get me the data from this block, because you know
if
in
I
each
can
block
get this data in this block. If there are some method to do this stuff.
Yeah,
If,
now
if,
we don't have this method. Yeah, but maybe it would be useful.
but what if for example like reflective contact? For example, you just deploy this data in this block, but you didn't in later block it was changed. The data was changed.
So now you are printing in your balance contract. You're sending the data on this deploy ID. So this cannot be changed in some other block.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're
That's
thinking,
it. That's it.
I mean, I was also thinking something like that. I mean, you can, in theory, you can register your deploy ID as a name in the registry, and then you can put some other data in some different block, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how this will work. So yeah, I was thinking about this kind of thing, you know, how can, maybe if this can change, but so another way of how can you send the data and extract data, so you can you can get the name of the so you, you can extract the name from your contract that you are creating a new name.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining this very nicely. Can you open the check balance contract?
Check balance conference. You mean this
Yeah,
this
exactly the code, the rolling code for check
okay
balance.
roll code
So
this
maybe I can also share my screen and show it to you.
it's on which part? Roland code.
Let me see.
Here it is.
Yeah, and then when you're creating this on top, when you're creating these names, like RL or vault channel or balance channel, there is a way with the current API that you can extract this name, and then you can say, give me the data on this name. This is like your private name inside the contract. So you don't have to print on deploy ID. You can print this on a vault channel or balance channel.
Yeah. I think it will be more useful or handful to get data from blockchain.
Yeah, but I mean, we have the same problem as now. So this doesn't solve problems, but you know, it's a different way that you can get the name of the channel.
Yeah, but this part will be more straightforward.
Well, but you need another request to server to get this private name.
Yeah.
So I don't see really benefit. At least for now, I don't see the benefit for using like private name instead of deploy ID. But maybe there is some kind of benefit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that this block number is working for.
Yeah. I think this is working well. I think if I just need to deploy it, it maybe just worked with your. I just deploy it, try deploy it and test it.
Cool. Yeah, this is very nice. Yeah. it is optimized to not search for too many blocks in the past. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
we didn't need to search too many block number. It's just very small number. So it will be
Yeah.
more faster, much faster.
Yes. Yes.
It starts to deploy. We will show the result. Okay, let me try with the. Actually, we need to work with HTTP.
HTTP.
Yeah, and clean this, yeah, check balance this part, and should refresh it. Zero. Okay, you can see we get the right rev and the right total balance.
Nice.
Okay, maybe I need to change it, because if I send 10, it means that 10 nano rev. I will change it. Change it.
Are you connected to testnet or your local net?
It's testnet. This is a testnet.
And in which
Hey,
node? Oh, node one.
it's not.
Local.
It's not. It's
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Let's just try it again. See the, yeah, here it is. I will change and to minus 1,000 number amount. Okay, here it is. Here it is. And save, redeploy. Okay, here it is. We'll get
Cool.
the correct total balance, and I refresh it. Yeah, we get the true number. Maybe I can use this local version to test another account. Example, test 2. I just skip it.
Bye, Rafael.
Yep. Have a good
Happy
day.
holidays.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Okay, but this one have not have any result rev. So I try to send one rev to this one. Okay, try to send it and confirm. Wait a minute and see the. Okay, see the how many I just send to it.
Only one. It's in the same line with the
Oh,
others.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
Yeah.
deploy this part. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So oh, what's this? Yeah. Finish this one change, and you can see it must be changed. Yeah, but we will get.
Maybe you don't have.
I will change
enough
this
revs.
to more better, like this one. Yeah, this one must be enough.
Oh yeah.
try it again. Okay, with the transfer. Okay, this enough. This one, some two are none. Point get deploy success. Okay, it seems minus is, and this one I just refresh it. Clean, blockhead. Blockhead. Revised blockhead. Oh, its result is come out, but
I'm not sure
something.
what is this error.
Oh, oops! This one. It seems the very old.
Oh,
Very old.
yeah.
Yeah, very old balance because it seems.
Oh,
Not,
this is one. This is one.
Yeah, this is a
one
one.
nanorev.
Yeah. I think I need to just redeploy again.
Yeah. Can you also send something on my address? I'm not receiving.
And also I will I just redeploy it again. So maybe the next step it can be more.
Can you send something on my address? Do you
Yeah.
have
You
this
just
Excel open?
you just which I see public.
Yeah.
This one.
Yes.
Okay. I will wait for this deploy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What does this mean? Non-point get.
This means that you somewhere there is the maybe which doesn't have a value.
Oh, maybe this number is too small?
So this non get I suppose is it is from optional type. So we are expecting value somewhere, and we are not getting any value.
Okay. So just a refresh. I will refresh it.
If when you check your code, if you don't find your error on your side, can you please post on the Discord this error?
Non-point get.
Yeah.
I think this page should be the right way with the transfer part. I will just send, for example, 10
please.
to 10 for you, and it will show the.
Can you send me some more, because with 10 I will not be able to check the balance.
No. This means 10 plus the 10 rev, not 10 nano rev.
Okay.
Yeah. I just refresh.
No.
Yeah, I just
Oh, you
redeploy.
change it. Oh, you change it right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I redeploy. Yeah. So
Nice.
it's yeah. I just add.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
10 it means 100.
Really
One.
the reps.
Yeah. One.
Nice.
10 billion.
Nice. Yeah. Excellent.
Okay, just send you. Okay, let me check the. Yeah, you can see.
Nice.
And wait for the another deploy. Yeah, I see your
My
check balance. It seems didn't send successful.
Did not, or?
Oh, I know. Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure. This mean this one is not true, but I think not very right. But it seems. Oh! I know that the same deploy. So just it means that I check my balance at first and then send your 10 rev.
And this sending was successful, right?
Yeah,
I should be able to.
Yeah. It means that I just check balance at first, but check balance at first, and then I send your 10 10 rev. So it's just worked on a same block. You can see the get balance at first and then began sending.
Oh yeah, in the same block. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and later I think you will get the check balance feature.
Okay, now I'm again checking the balance, so I should see these 10 reps, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Yeah, it's just minus. Can you see your?
I'm waiting for the
Yeah,
block.
this is showing, and wait for the connect.
Still waiting. Still waiting for WebSockets.
Yeah, it's so. E is still waiting.
Yeah, still waiting.
maybe we need to refresh.
There are blocks created, but why, I don't see anything on WebSockets. I'm not receiving anything on WebSockets. Why is that? I mean, you're receiving something on WebSockets. I'm not. Why is that? Now I refresh the page, so, but still nothing. Yeah, I have the same message as you. Yeah, exactly the same. Oh, accessing, checking balance. Is it possible that now? So you see this error for propose. Maybe something is proposing constantly. Maybe propose is in progress, and we blocks are not still not created, right? Because the last message from WebSockets is block finalized. Maybe NotZipper is doing some testing on testnet. So we are not, we are not seeing a new block. But I see that block is added, but is not reflected on WebSocket. This is very strange. Yeah, a block is added. Something is going on testnet. Maybe more correctly, something is going on with WebSockets. Oh. Yeah, now we are seeing something on WebSockets. Okay. Okay. I have my 10 reps. I mean 9.99. Yep. Arvin, are you here? Are you muted or? Arvin, we don't hear you if you are talking. Oh, something with my audio.
No, I hear you, Tomislav.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was seeing Jim that he's talking and I'm not hearing anything. So.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Arvin is saying his microphone is down.
Okay.
I'm just checking back in here. So where are we actually at a point where we're sending Rev back and forth?
Yeah, but testnet is it seems that it's under pressure, and now the whole process is pretty slow.
Now, my understanding, I was just reading up on this a little bit. So basically, Rock is going to convert into Rev, and then at that point, we won't be using Rock anymore.
Yeah. Rock will still be on Ethereum, but no one cares about that.
Interesting.
But maybe there is some kind of future for rocks on Ethereum.
But right now, it's like, I mean, I looked on CoinMarketCap, it's like at 4 cents per.
Can you hear me?
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Just my microphone lose its battery.
Okay.
Yeah, I will refresh it again and check it.
So this is why I like to talk about revs, and not about rocks, because they're related one to one. So but to calculate execution, we have something similar as a gas on Ethereum, and this is phlogiston. It's much smaller unit, and there will be some kind of price exchange for revs and phlogiston. So when you upload your deploy, you're specifying phlogiston, not directly rev.
Okay.
Yeah, we get it. You can see I just sent 10 rev to Thomas. It's successful.
Okay, that was interesting session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But by now, I think my RChain Wallet can be take into some small numbers people test with not large amount of rev. Yeah.
Yes. So as far as the number of people that we expand so this is kind of the nucleus of our testing. So we've got about 6 people or so. Well, if we double that to 12, you feel comfortable with that, Arvin? Or how many people would you like to see added into our test group?
I think maybe 10 to 20.
Okay.
I think is enough to test for example, when I send some rev to Thomas, we just meet a problem that is something seems stuck in the testnet, and I also need to handle this this special situation, and to tell user what's wrong with this part, why it's still in show the waiting to proposal, but it's actually just has deployed.
Okay.
I think maybe 10 to 20
Okay.
person
All right.
to test it is enough.
Well, good. We're moving into the next phase. So this is
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'll go ahead and start processing the video and hopefully get it posted today or real soon.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everyone joining today, and then we'll meet again Tuesday next week and catch up with with the progress. Okay, and if anyone has any wallet related questions,
Tuesday next week is the 31st.
oh yeah, that's right. It's
December, so yeah,
New Year's
we
Eve.
have it. Yeah.
So we'll just kind of touch base in the RChain wallet to see who's available. You know, since we're RChain, that's officially an RChain holiday, but we're community, so it's we're on our own schedule, but it's just a matter of who's interested and who wants to show up. So
instead of congratulations for New Year, we can exchange reps.
there you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. That'd be great. Yeah. We'll
but I think they are the waiting time, it seems a little long to just transfer the rev. Maybe yeah, you can see, for example, I just deploy a check balance contact, and it's wait for about 1 minute to get the balance. Maybe this is a little longer.
Yeah, now testnet is working without this mergeability feature.
Yeah.
So now we have we just have a chain. So now we are a blockchain. We are not a block DAG.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's once mergeability gets built out, hopefully that should increase the performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's something
waiting the performance can be superpower. Yeah.
Very good. Well, let me stop the recording here.